It's a family-owned business dating back to 1949 that makes products most people don't think about. But developers and construction companies know what makes IBC Wire special. Ted Stikeleather, welcome to Language of Business.
It's great to be here. Thanks.
What, if anything, is the same from 1949 until now?
Some of our core products are still the same. Our primary business is making flattened wire, and it goes into some basic industries. One of those products is a flattened radiator fin, and that's still used in large natural gas industrial applications. And we make a lot of flattened wires for armoring, and that armoring, believe it or not, is a very old product. It actually goes back to the turn of the century.
How about innovations from 1949 until now?
We make it thinner, faster, and with a lot more of precision, and that's essentially it, though the core products are basically the same.
What makes IBC Wire then special?
It really boils down to our core process, which is a proprietary rolling mill. If you do not have a niche application as a small business, you don't exist, and unfortunately in this day and age, and we're fortunate enough to have that.
What about the aspect of a family business?
Well, for us it's worked. Family members here are stakeholders in the business and work here. I've seen plenty of situations that are not as workable when there's stakeholders that are not involved in the business, and that tends to be a little bit more difficult. But I run this mostly with my brother, and we have complementary backgrounds. He's more of a tech guy, and I'm more of the industrial management guy.
What about some of the fights you and your brother have had over the years?
We've been very fortunate that none of them have been too severe. That's not always the case, but generally speaking, where he's handling his segment, I don't get too involved. I can't give him a lot of good input in terms of database technology, and he can't give me a lot of good input in terms of rolling technology. That works great. So luckily, we've been very fortunate.
Would you ever want silent partners who are family?
We would probably want that as an absolute last resort. Again, it gets very difficult when you're running a business and people aren't stakeholders and don't understand all of the same perspective or may not have the same perspective that you do. We are looking for longer term stakeholders, and typically when you involve somebody in that kind of capacity, they're looking for immediate returns, and that's not necessarily where we're going.
What do you say to an employee who's worked here for 25 years and is going to walk away with a pension, but probably nothing else?
We have profit sharing and a 401k plan, and we aim to impart as much stability for our employees as possible.
But you would never offer them equity in the company?
There is a chance in the next generation, should it be that I do not have a successor. In fact, I did my dissertation, so to speak, on employee stock ownership plans, ESOPs, and it influenced a lot of what I do here, which in fact I distilled and turned around. And what we do, I went all the way to the other side. Equity isn't liquid enough for folks, so we have a quarterly bonus program that's hooked to efficiency and our performance.
You've been at this for almost 70 years. What do you think the next 70 years will hold?
I think the goal is more to maintain and grow with the market. We're lucky that we're participating in markets that grow, and the goal is to meet the customer's needs as much as possible. We will grow. We'll have growth that are related to both of these markets if we can do it, and we will have stability, which is our biggest desire, because we are a long-term player for our customers. And it has gotten very strange out here because we have so many difficulties in the marketplace with public companies that if they go through even a few quarters of distress, it materially affects how people are actually doing their business. So we're valued by our customers because we, as a vendor, understand what their needs are intimately and give them what they need in the time frame that they need it, which is getting just more and more critical every day.
Ted, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ted Stikeleather, the president of IBC Wire here in southeastern Massachusetts.